Hello friends, and welcome to my first video of 2021. Today I will be sharing with you my bullet journal setup for the year. I'm super excited because this is my favorite time of the year, setting up my new bullet journals, setting my goals and intentions for the year. It's just my favorite. So the bullet journal that I use is from Michaels. It is the Artist's Loft Dotted Grid Notebook with 196 pages. I used this one last year and it worked out really well. There's a tiny bit of bleeding if you use felt tip markers, but overall it works great. As you can see here, I'm unwrapping my new notebook. I haven't planned out anything yet, but I have made a list of spreads I want to make in this notebook, so I'll have that to refer to as I set up my new notebook. As usual, the first page in my bullet journal is going to be my grid spacing chart. I number the boxes all the way across and all the way down the page, and now I know how many rows and how many columns there are on the page. This helps me immensely in setting up new spreads in the journal. Here I am just looking through Instagram to find the post that I want to use as inspiration for this spread. I have a saved folder on my Instagram full of spreads that I want to use as inspiration in the future. This first official spread I'm going to be doing is the future log. Now, I find that I don't use a future log very much, so instead I'm going to be using my future log as a place to note my goals for each month. Here I am writing the header 2021 in script across the bottom and also in print across the top. I'm making a small calendar of each month as well as leaving a couple spaces below each month to write in my goals. For Christmas this year, I bought myself the Tombow neutral colored brush pen set, and I'm loving them so far to make a neutral color palette in my new bullet journal. So this is an overview of what the spread turned out to look like. I haven't written the goals in yet, but I really love the color scheme, and it's just so exciting to start a new year. On to the next spread. So the next two spreads I'm going to be making are my yearly tracker and my goals and resolutions page. For the past couple of years, I've challenged myself to take a photo every single day in the year, and I've loved looking back on the memories. So this first tracker I'm going to be making is to track whether or not I've taken a photo every day. Next to it, I'm making a tracker that looks identical to the photo one, but instead it's going to track the books that I read in a year. Obviously, this one is going to be a lot less full than the other one, but I like to see my reading patterns throughout the year. In 2020, I read a lot less than I would have liked to, and hopefully this spread gives me motivation to read more in the new year. The spread I'm making here on the right is going to be my goals and resolutions page. Every year, I divide up my goals and resolutions into 5 categories: spiritual, school, fitness, lifestyle, and business. Business includes everything I do with my blog and on YouTube and whatever. And then I set goals for each of these categories. I'm dividing this page into 6 little boxes, 5 of which to hold the goals and 1 of which to be the title for the page. I always love setting new goals at the beginning of every year. And while of course you can start new goals in the middle of the year, it's just not quite the same as starting it at the start of a new year. Some of my goals for the new year are to listen to a wider variety of music, to remember to close my tabs before I close my computer at night, to use my bullet journal more regularly and to make it more easy to use, and to journal every day. Here I'm making the title for the page, so I have a full box just to write 2021 New Year's goals and resolutions, and then I'm also making little boxes where I'm going to be writing my goals in after this video. These next couple of pages are going to be something new for me. Instead of making monthly habit trackers like I usually would do, this year I'm going to try making yearly habit trackers. So the habits that I talked about wanting to track, such as quiet time journal, bullet journal, no tabs, I'm going to be writing in here in the same style of tracking as the photo page to track throughout the year. Since these are habits that I know I'm going to want to track for the whole year, having them here in the beginning all together in one place makes it easier for me to look at it at a full glance, as well as to save myself time during my monthly setups. Like I mentioned, this isn't a format that I've used before, so I'm really excited to see if this works better. These next 2 spreads are going to be my TBR for the year, as well as my 2021 favorites. I'm sure you have seen the bookshelf bullet journal spreads all over Instagram and Pinterest, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing on these pages. I'm going to be drawing horizontal brown lines as the shelves, and then drawing little books on top that I'll fill the titles in of as I read. While this may not be the most efficient way of doing things, I just think it's such a cute look. In 2021, I really got into pen paling and writing snail mail letters to my friends, and so these next 2 pages are going to be my mail trackers. So on the left side, I'm going to be drawing little envelopes to use as my address book to write the addresses of the friends that I'm going to be sending letters to, and on the right side, I'm going to be making a table to track when I sent the last letter to somebody. I currently have a similar version of this spread in my bullet journal, and it is one of my most used spreads. Here I'm making a table with the column headers recipient, so the person I'm sending the letter to, from, the date that I received a letter from them, sent, the day I sent the letter to them, and notes, such as if I included any goodies in their letter or whatever. Here I'm drawing what are essentially little trapezoids on the tops of each of the triangles on the left side of the spread. I kind of jumped around here, I don't really know why, but this makes a little envelope shape, and I'll write the name of the person that I'm sending the letters to in the top flap part of the envelope, and then their address in the actual body of the envelope. I'm also coloring in the flaps of each of the envelopes just to give this page a little pop of color, and I think it's really cute. Absolutely obsessed with this neutral color palette that I decided to go with for this year's bullet journal, and I'm so happy I chose it. On to the next spread. So these next couple of spreads I'm going to be doing are my social media growth trackers. So I'm going to be doing my Instagram growth tracker, my YouTube growth tracker, as well as my blog post tracker for whether or not I post a blog post in that month. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is my Instagram growth tracker. So I'm making a bunch of little bubbles in the shape of the notification that you get when you open Instagram and somebody has liked your message in that shape. And I'm making a bunch of them to space out every 50 followers that I get all the way up to 2,000, which is my goal for the year. Here I'm also tracing out the Instagram logo to right there. It's just so cute and I love the look that it gives overall. Here I am writing in the numbers. I'm also drawing the little head and torso of a body, kind of like when somebody hits follow on Instagram. I just think it really adds to the spread. The second half of this page I'm going to be using as my YouTube growth tracker. Like before, I'm going to be tracing the YouTube logo on the bottom of this page, and then I'm going to be making little boxes that go from 50 to 150, which is my goal at the end of the year. Instead of the little human head and torso, I'm going to be making little play buttons to go inside each of these boxes. My camera stopped recording here, so I wasn't able to get the video of me making this spread. But basically, this is my blog post tracker where I wrote January through December in 3 columns with 4 rows and then left space to write in the title of the blog post that I did. So this is the last spread in my yearly part of this bullet journal setup, and it's going to be my minimalism tracker. So as some of you may have seen on my Instagram, I have been trying to declutter 500 things in the month of January. I want to do this several times throughout the course of this year, decluttering various parts of my house, so I am going to be tracking that on this spread. In addition, I'm going to be tracking some of the things that I want to buy as a wish list to keep myself from impulse purchasing things whenever I feel like it. To be completely honest, I haven't quite nailed down what I want the rest of this spread to be, but I have the pages there in case I need to use it. Here I am numbering the days of the month down the side of the page so that I can track my progress on my 30-day minimalism decluttering game that I've been playing throughout the month. I'm hoping to do this several more times throughout the course of the year, so I have several rows laid out so that I can track my decluttering progress throughout the year. This is the last spread that I'll be doing in this video, and it is going to be my January monthly setup. I'm going to be having a month at a glance overview, a goals box, a dates box, and a place to track some more habits that I want to implement just in this month. This is also the first month that I'm going to be making a cover page, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to be making a floral wreath kind of page. So I'm going to make a circle and then draw flowers all along the borders. I've never really been a cover page kind of person, but this year I've seen a lot of people post their 2020 cover page recaps on Instagram, and I just really loved how they all looked and how all the months were separated, and I thought I would give it a shot this year. If I hate it, I can stop halfway through the year. Nobody's keeping me on track or whatever, but I just really wanted to see what it looks like. And as it is, I love how this month at a glance turned out to look. Here I am drawing the flowers around the border. I looked up floral patterns on Pinterest and just copied whatever wreath pattern that they showed. Before we get to the final flip through though, I have one last part of setting up my new bullet journal, which is very important, and that is stickers. So I have been collecting stickers for a while now, intending to put them on my bullet journal. Some I got for Christmas from others and from myself, and some are from a rep package from Riley's Stickers on Instagram. I have a rep for them, and I have a rep code, which is Hannah10, which will also be in the description if you're interested in looking at any of their videos. This video is not sponsored, but I just wanted to let you all know in case you wanted to check out some of her stickers. And then I did a quick comparison to last year's bullet journal where I had a couple of stickers on there too. And now for the flip through.